Good evening, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping, and welcome to my craft corner. This is the April card class and game night. Hopefully, I make it through the evening. This weekend did a number on me, so I'm a little bit wiped out tonight. But hopefully, we're just waiting on a few people to show up. We're going to give everyone just a few minutes to get here. Yeah, I can't even speak tonight, so you'll have to bear with me for tonight's class. If you are here and ready to stamp, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know that you are here and watching. All right, somebody is here. Let me pop over to Facebook, see if I can figure out who this is, who just said hello to me. Let's see. Vicki, hi Vicki, welcome. So glad you are here. And Susie is here too. Hi Vicki, hi Susie, welcome. Blah. All right, y'all. I am so excited that you are here. If you are registered for tonight's card class and game night, go ahead and give me your 5 numbers from 1 to 26, and I'm going to write them down. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome. You know what? I actually forgot to grab the prizes for tonight. So let me grab my prize box from behind me. And I am going to pull out some prizes for tonight. Let me see. Tonight, we are going to have the Brag-worthy stamp set. The Playing with Patterns resin dots. And what else I got in here? Let's see. How about the greenery embossing folders? All right. Did I get some rest? Yeah, I kind of took a 2-hour nap this afternoon. Woo. All right. So there are our prizes for this evening that I just pulled out. I'm guessing that is Vicki, who has 7, 8, 14, 21, and 26. 26. And then Kimberly has 3, 8, 9, 15, and 23. All right, awesome. Yeah, I took a wee nap today. Ooh, all right, I'm going to go ahead and flip my screens. See if I can get the right thing, go in the right direction. I'm going to put away the prizes until later. Here is the stamp set that we are going to be working with tonight, the Let's Set Sail stamp set. And I tell you, I love this stamp set. It's really fun. Yeah, I always like bold stamp sets that don't require coloring, and this is definitely one. Plus, I love that it has the matching punch to go with it. Always a great deal. So I have already put all of my stamps on the blocks, except for this one. We're not going to use this one tonight, so that one can stay in the box. All the rest of them, though, I have put on my blocks, and I am ready to go, maybe. So let me see. I'm just pulling out my directions a little bit because I am going to have to see. I'm going to have to see some cutting dimensions here for this. So in your packet, you should have your denim ribbon, this long strip of Night of Navy. You can set it aside for a minute. We're not going to use that. Your 3 envelopes. You should have a quarter-size sheet of white. Go ahead and just set that aside. We're going to use that for all of our extra stamping and punching tonight. Jerry Ann, welcome. So glad you are here. All right, Jerry Ann, your numbers are 6, 11, 16, 18, and 20. Awesome. And then, of course, you have your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Waves of the Ocean Designer Series paper. And I have extra here because I just kind of cut a bunch of it. So, all right, let me grab card number 1. So here's envelope number 1. Let's pull out these pieces. So in here, you are going to have a piece of basic white that has been die cut with the stitched rectangle dies, a piece of Night of Navy, a piece of basic white for the inside of your card, and then a piece of Pacific Point. This is, of course, is your card base. So we'll go ahead and just set that aside, set that there for just a second. And the first thing we need to do is we are actually going to pull out a piece of the Designer Series paper, and let's see if I can figure out which piece it is. Y'all, these pieces are so similar to each other. So let me see. Might be that one or this one. It is one with Coastal Cabana and Pacific Point and Night of Navy. So that's what we're looking for. Coastal Cabana, Pacific Point, and Night of Navy. So I think that one of these two. Let me see. Let's see. I'm looking here. I'm looking there. Either one will work. So it doesn't matter which you choose. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. It has more different colors on it, but really you can choose either one. For most of these cards, you can choose any piece that you want. So I'm going to start with this piece of the Waves Designer Series paper, and I'm going to cut 3 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/2 inches. Right? 3 1/4, or I got the right thing in front of me. 1 1/2 by 3 1/2 inches. 1 1/2 by 3 1/2 inches. Yeah, my eyes don't work as well as they used to. All right, so I'm going to start by cutting this at 3 1/2. And then I'm going to cut 3 1 1/2 inch pieces. So 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to try to keep these in order so they line up when I glue them down, just because, I don't know, I think it's kind of cool if you can kind of see that they line up. It really doesn't matter though, because it's such a crazy pattern that it's not going to really show a lot. So, all right. Whew. So here we go. I'm going to start with that piece of Night of Navy, and those 3 strips that I just cut, I'm going to go ahead and glue those down on here. So they are going to fit with just a little bit of a border on all sides. And I love, love, love this Designer Series paper. I love the pour painting look to it. All right, let's see if I can pick it up. And we're just going to try to get an even border on all sides. I'm going to do the bottom one next. Sometimes I like to do the top and the bottom and then add the center one in the middle. Now, you guys tell me if there is any problems with the sound, please let me know so that I can try to get them fixed. All right, so this one is going to go down here at the bottom, and then I'll put the third one in the center. And that way I can make sure that the borders are like similar. All right. So there we go. Try to get that nice and even. Get it all smooshed the right way. And there are our 3 pieces on there. So that's going to be the background for our little sailboat. Isn't that cute? All right. I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to pull out my piece of paper for the inside. And I'm also going to pull out the piece of basic white that has been cut with the stitched rectangle dies. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my soft suede ink pad, and I am going to stamp the boat on here. So I'm just going to ink that up with some soft suede, and this is going to go, kind of towards the top, right, like that. There we go. And now I'm actually going to I'm going to put this away. We'll come back to it in just a minute though. And I want to use my Coastal Cabana, ink. We'll go ahead and pull that out. And I'm going to stamp the sails on my little sailboat. Oops, I'm having trouble hearing me. I don't even have my mic on. Hopefully that's better. I knew I was missing something tonight. All right, so I'm just going to ink up the sails with the Coastal Cabana. And we're just going to put those on my little sailboat. There's the first one. And I am not a sailor, so I don't know the names of these sails. I'm sure they have names. But there are my 2 sails. And I'll go ahead and put the Coastal Cabana ink away. I hope y'all are with me still. All right, I'm going to put the Coastal Cabana ink away and grab my Pacific Point. So with the Pacific Point ink, I'm going to use this stamp right here that is like a water or a shadow or something. I'm going to ink that up with Pacific Point, and I'm just going to stamp that underneath my little boat. So there we go. And the last thing I want to stamp is I'm going to use the soft suede again. And I'm going to come in with some birds. And I'm just going to stamp some birds up here. All right. And then for the inside, I almost forgot I want to do the inside of the card too. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that piece of basic white. And I want to use the stamp that says, "Hope it's your best day ever." You can use whatever you want though, because this is just going to go right on the inside of the card. And if you wanted to, you could add a sailboat down here. We'll just stamp it again. Y'all, I never remember to do the inside when I have the ink pads out, doing the outside. So, all right. So we'll just do that sailboat again. Its little sails. And put a little water under it too. Where did my water go? Oh, there it is. All right. Now most of this water is going to be off the card, but that's okay. There. That just kind of anchors the boat to the bottom of the card. And now we're just going to put this together. So I'm going to take my card base and I'm going to go ahead and glue the inside of my card base to the inside, or the inside of the card to the inside of the card base. Y'all are very quiet tonight. I hope that everything is going okay your way. You're probably all stamping away right now. Hopefully your first card is coming out well. All right, so that's going on the inside. Now on the outside, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece. We're going to bring in our little boat real quick. And I want to use that gorgeous denim ribbon. I love how easy this is to tie. And all we're going to do is we're going to tie a knot with it. So something really easy. You should have plenty of ribbon. And I'm just going to tie this around the bottom, kind of filling in that extra white space. Let's see if I can tie a knot tonight. I have not done any crafting in nearly a week, so I might have lost all my skills. Who knows? You know, it's never good when I haven't crafted in days. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did make some adorable little bears for my daughter's wedding donuts. That's about it. That's about all I've done. All right. So there is our little boat. Just that little bit of, let's see, and that little knot on there. I might actually just trim this up just a little bit more. There we go. And trim this side down just a little bit more. Hey, come on. Trim that up. All right, there we go. And now give that a tug and you can kind of fray the ends a little bit. And this is just going to get glued, adhered directly to this front panel with the designer series paper on it. And I like that this ribbon is so nice and flat because it really does, you know, you can adhere a piece flat like that. Sometimes if the ribbon is too bulky, you almost have to put dimensionals on it because there's just, you got to leave room for the ribbon. So I'm just going to hold that down for a second. Let me know how you're doing. Are you keeping up? Are you keeping up with the cards tonight? We're almost ready to play our first game of Stamp. All right, just holding down the bottom a little bit. The bottom wants to pop up just a little bit, but I think if I hold it, it's gonna stay put. Now you do need some dimensionals, because now we're going to use some dimensionals on this, because, you know, everything needs dimensionals. So I'm going to pull out my dimensionals, and I'm just going to put some dimensionals on the back of here. I usually put 6. I put 1 in each corner and 2 in the centers, just to give it support. And if I have my take your pick tool, Jerry-Ann, you're just, oh, you've had a bad headache all day. That stinks. All right, so I'm just going to pull these off with my take your pick tool. And then this goes right on our card front. There we go. There is our first card. Such a sweet, sweet card. There you go. Hopefully you guys like that. All right, while I am cleaning up, you guys finish up, and I'm going to pull out the numbers. We're going to start drawing numbers in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and wipe up my stamps first, because if I don't, I will forget. I'll forget what I'm doing. I'm just going to clean these out on my chamois. And I may use the same colors again. I don't remember, but I'm going to go ahead and just clean them all. Really quick and easy. There we go. All right. Pull out your numbers, and we'll get ready to play. Now, if this is your first time playing Stamp, I will repeat the rules. I think everybody has played before, but it's a little bit like bingo. I'm going to call numbers out of this bin. I have this bin here. It has all the numbers 1 to 26. I'm going to pull them out. If I pull one of your numbers, you're going to say one of the letters in Stamp. You go in order, S-T-A-M-P. When you spell out the whole word stamp, you say bingo, or you say stamp, right? Not bingo, you say stamp, and you have won. So hopefully that makes sense. Please let me know if you have questions. I'm going to go ahead and pull our first number. The first number is number 6. Number 6, the faux linen red ribbon. This is just gorgeous ribbon. I love that ribbon. We used it last month, or we used it with the Hello Ladybug class. I don't remember anymore, but it is great ribbon. All right, number 8, the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times fast. Brushed brass butterflies. Number 8. Those are in the mini catalog, and I believe they are carrying over to the new annual catalog as well. All right, number 24. All right, Kimberly and Vicky both have S. Number 24, the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. My favorite way to color. All right. Number 3, the blending brushes. Number 3, the blending brushes. I love our blending brushes. They are so soft, and they work so well. So happy we got these. So number 3, the blending brushes. All right, Kimberly has ST. Our next number is number 13, the paper snips. You know I love my paper snips. Number 13. Paper snips are good for ribbon or paper, although if you're going to use them for ribbon, you notice I have 2 pairs. This is my ribbon pair, and it has the universal symbol for fabric scissors on it, which is a piece of ribbon tied to the end. I said that to, I don't know, to my daughter this weekend, and she said, "Is it really a universal symbol?" And I said, "Yes, it really is." If you see scissors with a ribbon tied to them or a piece of fabric, it means they are fabric shears. All right, the next number is number 5, the Altogether bundle. with those new blends. So I think some of these I think are maybe out right now, but they are going to be in the new catalog. So that's really cool. And of course, this paper is limited edition. That's only available till May 3rd. So if you haven't snagged this paper or the set or the dies, last I knew, and I have not checked because I've been checked out this weekend. Last I knew though, those were still available, but you can only get them till May 3rd. So make sure you don't miss out on that. All right. The next number is number 19, Paper Pumpkin. Number 19, a Paper Pumpkin. Oh, you know what? If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I just read today you can get any refills that are over a year old. And I haven't checked to see if these have sold out already. They may have, because I know sometimes those things go fast. But any refills that are over a year old, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can snag those at 50% off right now. So that's a great deal. All right, number 10, the Your Biggest Fan twine, or the Fan Baker's twine, I think is what it's called. I'm actually going to be including some of this in next month's card class and game night. So y'all know next month we're going to be using the Your Biggest Fan stamp set. And with that, you're going to get 2 yards of each of these 3 colors of the big Fan Baker's twine. I don't remember what it's called. So that is coming up next month. All right. Number 16, the Rainbow Glimmer paper. I have to see if this has sold out. This is on the retirement list. You're not going to be able to get that Rainbow Glimmer paper anymore, which is really sad because I love the Rainbow Glimmer paper. So I'm sad to see it go. So, all right. Number 9, the doilies. Jerry Ann has ST. Yay! Number 9, the doilies. All right, number 17, the Cloud Punch. You guys, I have been using the Cloud Punch on everything. We're even going to use it, I think, on some cards tonight too. Like I punched some pieces for you. So number 17, the Cloud Punch. Kimberly has STA. Awesome. All right, number 4, which I think are these like hexagon self-adhesive. There are 3 refills for $5. The Love Kit with the mailbox, the Summer one with the watermelon and popsicles, and the Bouquet of Hope set. Yes, so I think they're trying to clear things out a little bit. So thank you, Christina. So number 4 is those hexagons, the self-adhesive dots, the hexagons. Number 4. Then we have number 14, the paper trimmer. Number 14, love the paper trimmer. Number 14, the paper trimmer. Next up is number 25, Stamp and Seal. Actually, that one's a Stamp and Seal Plus. Number 25. Vicki has ST, awesome. Then number 2, the Faux Pebbles. Number 2. Number 2, the Faux Pebbles. Next up is number 7, the Gold Leafing. Number 7, the Gold Leafing. Number 7, the Gold Leafing. Then after number 7, we have number 20, the Soft Pastels. Yay, Vicki, STA. Vicki has STA. Number 20, the Soft Pastels. Lucky number 26, the mask, the Decorative Mask. I don't remember. Is this butterflies and florals? Butterflies and flowers. I can't remember what it's called. But it's really cool. This one is from the mini catalog, and you can actually line up the different masks to create images. So it's really kind of fun. All right, Vicki has STAM. Next up is number 12, the Cotton Ribbon. Number 12, the Cotton Ribbon. You know, I love that cotton ribbon. Jerry Ann has STA, awesome. Then number 15, the basic, or the classic matte dots, I think is what they're called. They're awesome. They come in black, gray, vanilla, and white. So cool. The classic matte dots, number 15. Next up, oh, Kimberly has STAM. Everyone's getting so close. Next up is number 21, the Waves Designer Series paper. Number 21, the Waves Designer Series paper. Such pretty paper. I love it. We're using it tonight. And Vicki has Stamp. Yay, bravo, Vicki. You have won. So let me show you your choices again. You can choose the Playing with Patterns resin dots, which come in 3 colors. That's pretty. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss embossing folder greenery. So this has 2 minis in it, which are really cool. Or the Brag-worthy stamp set. So you go ahead and let me know which of those you want, and I will stick your name on it. I'm gonna work on putting my little slips back in. So congratulations, Vicki. That's so exciting. It's always fun to win something. All right. Just put my little slips back in here, trying to get them folded a little bit. The Brag-worthy. Oh, I love that stamp set. It's so cute. All right, so we will put Vicki's name on that. And I'll be getting those out in the mail in the next day or 2. So you're very welcome. All right, put all these little pieces in here, and we're going to start working on card number 2. Card number 2 is the big one for tonight. This is a fun fold card. So we do have to do a little bit of cutting for this one as well. So you will need your paper trimmer. Put all these little pieces away. Whew. There we go. All right. Now, let me find my cards here. All right, number 2. So in your packet for number 2, you're going to have this piece of Night of Navy. All right, you're going to have a basic white circle cut with the brand new Stylish Shapes dies. You're going to have a piece of the Waves Designer Series paper cut with the layering circle dies, a piece of Night of Navy cut with, oh, Vicki, you haven't seen that one? I think it's in the January-June mini catalog. Piece of Night of Navy also cut with the Stylish Shapes dies. That's new, coming out in the brand new catalog. A large piece of basic white for the inside. And then you can see the full card. All right, so this is the card. You remember that little extra piece of Night of Navy that I said you could set aside? We're going to need this extra piece of Night of Navy. So go ahead and pull that out too. And the first thing we're going to do, if I can get all the right stuff here, get myself going in the right direction. I got to find the right measurements because I forget. I forget. All right. So now we're going to pull out 2 pieces of this Designer Series paper. And we want 2 pieces that are basically this one, basically Pacific Point and Night of Navy. So I think it's this one and maybe this one. Basically, you can pull out any 2 that look like water. Here's one that looks like waves. That's kind of the one I wanted. So I wanted this one that looks like waves, and I wanted another one that just looked like water. All right. But again, any of those will work. If you don't get exactly the ones I used, I'm not even sure I'm getting the same ones that I used on the samples that I made. So, all right. Let me see. Got to get the right piece. Ooh, my husband is bringing me a drink. This is always useful. All right. Thank you, dear. I forgot to get a drink before I started. All right. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer. This is my paper trimmer. And we're going to cut 2 pieces. So from this one that mostly just looks like flowing water, I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So I'm going to start by cutting this 5 1/4. this way. And then I'm going to cut it 1 7/8 this way. And again, I kind of want these in order. It doesn't matter as much with this piece. So there's my two pieces that are 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. I'm going to set those in front of me. Now the other piece that looks like waves, I'm going to cut two pieces from here that are 5 1/4 by 1 inch. So I'm going to start by cutting this way. I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4. And then I'm going to cut two pieces that are 1 inch. 1 and 2. Right? And I'm going to set those in front of me as well. And I'm going to pop my paper trimmer aside for just a minute. Actually, well, I'm going to need it in just a second, but I'm going to set it aside for just a moment. And I'm going to pull out my card base. So I've already folded there for you. And then I have also scored. So this was scored originally at 1 1/4, 3 3/8, 7 5/8, and 9 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this first one back and give that a good fold with my bone folder. And then this one, again, the inside score line has already been folded in, and I'm going to fold this front back. Now, hopefully those two line up nicely in the center, because that's what you want. Now I want to adhere these pieces. So I have the two larger pieces, the ones that are 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere these to my card front. And these are going to go over here. So these go under those flaps, and they're going to have a little bit of a border on each side. All right. So there's one. And then this other one is going to go over here. Ugh, my paper is all over the place. Let's see if I can get this in the right spot. It's a good thing I'm using the multi-purpose glue so I can kind of move it around. That's why I like the green glue. You can move it around a little bit when you mess up. All right, there we go. Now, those smaller two pieces are going to go on the front of these flaps right here. So here is the first one. And again, it's going to have a nice border on each side. There's the first one. And here is the second one. So this whole card is just going to kind of look like it is covered in water. Good for a sailboat, huh? Although I don't know, this looks like a little bit choppy water. I don't know if I'd want to be out there in a sailboat. But again, I'm not a sailor. Do sailors like choppy water? I don't know. Do any of you guys sail? I don't sail. All right. So we're just going to set this aside for just a minute while we work on some other things. Now you do have this piece of white that is going to go on the inside. You can stamp something on this if you want. I think I'm not going to on this one. I'm just going to leave it blank. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on the inside before I accidentally stamp something on it that I didn't want. So I'm just going to pop that on the inside. Now, if you wanted to, you could, of course, come in and cut more pieces of the designer series paper to fill in there, but I'm just going to leave it blank. And I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. Now I have this circle of Night of Navy, and I have a circle of the designer series paper and another circle of white. This circle of designer series paper, we're going to actually cut it. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and you just want to pick one side and just cut, I don't even know, like a third of it, a quarter of it off, just like that. Boom, if I can pick these things up. Now, why did we do that? Why did we do that? Because we're going to turn it over. All right. I'm going to take this Night of Navy circle, and I'm going to adhere the top piece. Now, you might want to lay this on here because it is very, very close to that stitching. So you are going to want to get it right up in there. And then this piece will go on the bottom just to kind of see where it goes. So now I'm going to take my adhesive and just glue this right on here. I can get my fingers under it. And if I can see. There we go. And now I'm going to glue this one on the other side that's blue. And it's supposed to look, hopefully it kind of looks like some water with a sunset. That's what I was going for. So try to get that line back up. There we go. Now, you remember that way back at the beginning when we pulled the pieces out of your set, I said you had an extra piece of basic white, a quarter sheet of paper of basic white. This is what we are now going to stamp on it. And I'm going to start with the soft suede, and I'm going to stamp I'm going to look at my, all right, so that's going that way. I'm going to stamp my boat down here in some soft suede. You can see that. And I'm going to go ahead and just punch this out with my punch. Now, if I were smart, I could make a template. I could punch this out and create a template and then stamp in the template. And I could punch it all at once, and that would be fantastic. But I'm not feeling it today. So, so I'm just going to stamp these each individually and punch them. So there's my boat. Now I want to grab my Pacific Point ink. I'm going to look at my thingy jobber here again. We're going to stamp, let's see. Let's stamp this one like this. In Pacific Point. And I'm going to punch that one out. Try to get it. My hand's not real steady tonight. All right, so there's that piece. And now I'm going to go ahead and stamp my other one right in here. Oops. I'm going to put that Pacific Point away before I get my fingers in it even more than I already have. And I'm just going to trim off the bottom a little bit here just so that I can fit my punch in there. So we'll just line that up and carefully punch that out. All right, and I'll save that from our next card because we'll need it again. All right, so now I have my little sailboat here, and we are going to put it in the water. So let me get my sample in front of me some days. All right, so I'm going to start with just the boat, and I'm going to adhere that with just some multi-purpose glue and just a little thin little bit because I don't want it to goosh out, and it's pretty skinny. So that's going to go right on here, just like that. And then we're going to add the sails with some dimensionals. I'm going to put one dimensional right here. I got some minis someplace. There's some minis. I'm going to stick a mini down here. I'm going to stick a mini up here. See if I can peel those backs off. There's my first sail. We'll just pop him right on. And then we'll do the second sail. I'm going to put dimensionals on that as well. So we'll put a big one down there, and then I'm going to add a mini up here too. Not too worried about the very tip top because it may actually come right off the circle here. So, all right. So we'll just go ahead and add those. And there's my little boat. Isn't that cute? All right. Now, while I have my stamps out, let's do one more little bit of stamping. I'm going to grab my Night of Navy ink pad. And I am going to stamp my sentiment on here. I'm going to use the sentiment that says, let your dreams set sail. So let your dreams set sail. And I'm going to stamp this on this small basic white circle that was cut with the new stylish shapes dies. You guys, I think you're going to love these stylish shape dies. If you are missing the stitched, what was it? Stitch Shapes. There used to be a die set called Stitch Shapes, and it was retired last year. And if you have been missing that, you are going to love these new stylish shapes dies because there are circles and squares with these awesome stitching on the edges. So, all right, now I'm going to pull out my card base again, and we're going to take this blue band and we're going to create a belly band for our card. So I have scored it on one side and folded it. When I do this, I usually only score one side because I don't want to get it too tight or too loose. So I just wrap it right around, just like that. And then we can just adhere this. Now, when I adhere belly bands like this or any sort of bands like this, I put a little bit of adhesive on one end and a little bit of adhesive on this end. And that way both ends get glued down and you don't have to worry about going over too far. We'll just pop those right down and glue those shut. Just hold those for just a second. Take a sip of water. And that should be adhered. All right. Now take some of that denim ribbon. I love this denim ribbon. It really is great. I've hardly used it, but boy, it's so nice. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie a knot again over here, kind of where the paper meets up over here on the left side. I'm going to leave myself a little bit extra because I'm not sure exactly how long I want this. We'll decide later. So I'm just going to tie that in a knot. And then I'm going to snip this end just like that. And now we're going to adhere our sailboat to this. Now, when I adhere this sailboat, I do want to kind of like put this on here. Yeah, that's going to be good. And then this is going to come in right here. So yeah, all right. Now I want to make sure I only put adhesive on the bottom part because I don't want to accidentally get it on my card. So we're just going to put some just across there. And then that goes right on my card front. I'm going to try to get the boat straight on there. Oh, so pretty. I just love this pop of yellow and calypso coral. All right. Now I'm going to adhere my sentiment right over the knot in my ribbon. So of course I'm going to use dimensionals to do this. I'm just getting my knot kind of move the direction I want it. So I'm going to do dimensionals on here. And actually I think what I'm going to do, this is what I did when I did it. So I'm actually going to take a dimensional and I'm going to stick a dimensional right there. And I'm going to stick a dimensional right in here if I can. And I think that will be good. Well, maybe I'll stick one right over here too. I just want to make sure I don't get them like off the belly band, right? Okay. So So this does take a little bit of finessing, and I don't want to get a dimensional on top of that knot because the knot's already really thick. Actually, you could almost stack your dimensionals because that knot is so thick. So I don't want to get any dimensionals on that knot because that will just make it even thicker. I want to get my dimensionals right around the knot. And we'll adhere our piece of paper, our sentiment, and then I'm just going to come in and just snip off these ends a little bit. So they're just like that, and you can kind of fray this out a little bit. I think that's kind of fun, right? Give it a little worn look. And there is our fun fold card. So hopefully you guys like that. What do you think? So I like it down here. You can move it up. You know, this is a, nope, it's just tight. I was like, oh, I accidentally got something in the wrong spot. I've glued my belly band shut. I don't think so. I think it's just tight. So that belly band will slide off, and then you can open your card. And of course, you could stamp something on the inside of there too. I just didn't on this time. And then the belly band just slides right back on, maybe, if you can get it straight. You always want it, you know, you don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose either. All right, Mr. Belly Band. For some reason, my belly band is not wanting to slide well tonight. Maybe I made it too tight. I do not know. There we go. So you can put it in the center. I like putting mine down just a little bit. Down towards the bottom, just a little bit. But you can put it in the center if you wanted to. You're still gluing. There is a lot of gluing on this card, isn't there? Not a lot of stamping. There's a lot of gluing, though. So I hope you like that, though. I think it's so much fun. I just love all the paper on there. All right, I'm going to clean up my stamps, give you guys a couple minutes to finish up your card while I am swiping my stamps off. And then we're going to play our second game. And then we'll make our last card. So much fun tonight. You guys, it has been so great to get back to making things. I usually, I am usually in my craft room almost every day. So to take off nearly a week without doing any crafting is a long time for me. All right. You're watching from Connecticut. Well, welcome, Carol. I'm so glad that you are watching from Connecticut. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my numbers. So we're going to play our second game. I'm shaking these up, giving them a good swirl in here. Hopefully we get different ones. All right, our first number is number 11, the resin stars. And you're going to get a half, when you register for the May card class and game night, using the Your Biggest Fan stamp set, you're going to get a half pack of these resin stars in there too. So those are really cool. All right. Number 24, the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers. Number 24. Hello from Illinois. Hello, Margaret. Welcome. So glad you are here. So in May, the next card class and game night is going to be May 24th. I am going to be using the Your Biggest Fan stamp set. Registration is now open on my website. I just finally got it set up today. So it is on my website, onigostamping.com. And you can register there for the May card class and game night on May 24th using the Your Biggest Fan stamp set. We're going to make some masculine cards maybe. I did a couple months of masculine here, right? All right, need to give her a thumbs up. I don't know who we're giving a thumbs up, but awesome. All right, next up is our Cloud Punch. We're gonna actually use the Cloud Punch on the next card. This is the first time catching me live. Awesome, so glad that you are here live. All right, Vicky has an S. Oops, jumping out of the bin. All right, then number 21, the Waves Designer Series paper. Number 21, the Waves Designer Series paper. I hope that you guys are enjoying that Waves paper as much as I do. I just think it's so pretty. And if you want to get more of this, make sure that you grab it before it's gone. You can only get it till May 3rd. So it's going to be gone very soon as well. All right, the next number is number 5, the All Together bundle. And again, that stamp set and dies, those are going away soon too. Vicki has an ST. We did just get a notice today. There's some sort of a promotion that they're going to tell us about on Thursday. So I'll let you guys know what that is when I know. Hopefully it's something really cool. All right, number 22, the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. Number 22, the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. All right, number 3, the blending brushes. Number 3, the blending brushes. You're just playing for fun since you already won. That is awesome. All right, number 19, Paper Pumpkin. Number 19, the Paper Pumpkin. Kimberly has an S. Yay, Kimberly. And then we have number 23, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, number 23. Number 9, the doilies. Number 9, the doilies. Number 9, the doilies. Number 18, the Ladybug Punch. Number 18, the Ladybug Punch. You guys, I love this Ladybug Punch. If you missed the Ladybug, the Hello Ladybug class, you can purchase it from my tutorial store now. Of course, you don't get the card kit with that, but you do get the tutorials for making those cards, and they were super cute. So number 18, the Ladybug Punch. Number 7, the gold foil. Number 7, the gold foil. Number 7, the gold foil. All right, number 25, the Stampin' Seal Plus. Number 25, the Stampin' Seal Plus. Vicki has STA. Number 8, the Brushed Brass Butterflies. Number 8, the Brushed Brass Butterflies. Jerry Ann has ST. Kimberly has STA. Number 1, the Let's Set Sail bundle. Number 1, Kimberly has STAM. Ooh, Kimberly. All right, number 16, the Rainbow Glimmer paper. And Vicki has STAM as well. Number 16, the Rainbow Glimmer paper. Number 4, the hexagon self-adhesive dots. I don't know what they're called. They're hexagon shaped though. Number 4. Number 13. Number 13, the Paper Snips. Number 13. Number 2, the Faux Pebbles. Number 2. Number 15, the Classic Matte Dots. Number 15, the Classic Matte Dots. Shift in here a little bit. Lucky number 26, the Butterflies and Flowers masks. I really should know what these things are called, shouldn't I? Yay, Kimberly has stamped. Kimberly, you are our winner. Which would you prefer? Do you want the greenery embossing folders or the Playing with Patterns resin dots? Let me know and I'll stick your name on it. And since we only have 3 people registered tonight, that means our third person is going to get the third prize. So, yay, Kimberly. Congratulations. Playing with Patterns resin dots or the greenery embossing folders. Oops, I don't even need to fold these. I can just stack them off the embossing folders. Those look really cool. That's a good choice. So Kimberly, I'm going to put your name on the embossing folders. If I can find my sticky notes. And those will be going out in the next couple days. And then Jerry Ann, I'm going to put your name on the Playing with Patterns resin or dots. So we won't even, since there's only 3 of you registered, I'm going to skip the 3rd game. And we're just going to send those right out to Jerry Ann. So, all right. Time for card number 3. Card number 3 might be my favorite. I don't know. It's always hard to choose. It's like choosing your favorite child, right? I shouldn't say that. Yay, Jerry Ann. Yes, congratulations. All right. So let me get the right pieces out here. So I want to grab envelope number 3. We're going to go with a completely different color scheme. Nice way to end a lousy day. It really is, isn't it? So in here, you have a couple of clouds stamped with that cloud punch because I'm in love with it. A piece of Calypso Coral, a piece of basic white, and then a crumb cake card base. So there's our pieces. We want to grab our designer series paper again. And we want one piece that is yellow. Okay. So I kind of do a little bit of a search for it. Nope, that's Calypso Coral. No. Nope. Nope. All right. Let's see. I think it's this one that is mostly yellow. So we want that one. And then we want another piece that is mostly Calypso Coral. So I'm going to choose one of these. Let me see. I think I'll choose, I don't know. Which one should I choose? So hard. I think I'll choose this one. All right. So I'm going to start with the yellow one, and I'm going to cut a slice of this that is 5 inches by 2 3/4. So I'm going to start by cutting it 2 3/4 this way. And I'm going to cut it 5 inches this way. So there's our first piece. And then the other piece is going to be 1 inch by 5 inches. So I'm going to start by cutting it 1 inch. Like this. And then I'm going to cut it 5 inches. I think I'm going to put it this way. 1 inch by 5 inches. All right. And those are the 2 pieces of the designer series paper we'll need for this card. I am going to actually start by adhering these right to my piece of Calypso Coral. So I'm going to start with the yellow piece. I think this is like Daffodil Delight or something. I don't know. I'm going to glue it towards the top. And it just has a really thin little border there. So just like that. And then I want to glue in my other piece underneath that. Decide which direction I want it. I don't know. Maybe this way. I love the Calypso Coral with the Coastal Cabana and that daffodil. Oh, it's just so warm. It feels so warm. And I have to let you know, okay, so I was in Tennessee this weekend and the weather was absolutely gorgeous. It was 85 all weekend long. And I heard it was nice in Michigan too. I don't want to believe it. I don't care what it was like in Michigan. I wasn't here. But today it was like 40 and snowing again. Nothing ever changes, does it? All right. So I just set that right up here. I'm going to go ahead and actually glue this piece on. I'm going to glue this cloud on, I think. Well, no, I'm going to wait. We're going to wait. I'm going to stamp my boat. So I want to do another boat. I'm going to start by stamping the boat with soft suede. Sorry, I stopped mid-sentence. I'm stamping the boat with soft suede, and I'm realizing as I'm looking at my sample card that I probably shouldn't have glued these pieces down first, but we're just going to roll with it. We're just going to roll with it tonight. All right, so line this one up. Give that a punch with the punch. There's my boat. And then, let me see. I'm going to use Calypso Coral for my sails. And I'm going to stamp my right sail down here. Oops, I'm still going to need that. So I'm going to stamp this right sail down here. Give it a punch. Hopefully I left myself enough white, since I totally have not been paying attention to what I'm doing. All right. And then we'll stamp the other sail over here. Ooh, perfect. So that one's getting stamped in Calypso Coral as well. I'll pop that aside before I turn myself Calypso Coral. And then this, I stamped that one upside down. All right, we'll trim off here. And now I'll slide this in this way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And we'll just punch that. All right. Now, what I want to do is I have this piece here. I'm actually going to take the water. So here's my water stamp. And this is why I said I probably should have stamped this piece before I adhered it together. But anyway, I'm going to take my Coastal Cabana ink and my water stamp. And I am just going to stamp the water over here in the right. All right. And then we're going to adhere this boat right here over that water. And this again is getting put on with my green glue. So just, just a little bit. Spread it out with the tip a little bit so it doesn't goosh. Doesn't get all goopy on ya. And we're just going to put this right over that bit of water. Now I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to add dimensionals to the sails again. I just like having something popped up a little bit. So we'll put a big one on there and a couple of minis. And pop those backs off. And there is one sail. And I'll take the other sail and I'll put some dimensionals on there as well. So we'll put a big one kind of towards the bottom. And then another mini on the top bit. There we go. And this one goes over here. You'll know how to build this boat. There we go. Now I do want to grab my birds. I'll grab my birds in the soft suede ink pad, and I'm going to stamp some birds on here. So I'm going to put some over here. And then I want to put a few like over here. And while I have this out, I'm going to take one of my clouds, and I want to stamp Adventure Awaits on the cloud in soft suede. Now I'm going to adhere this first cloud. I got two clouds, right? I'm going to adhere one cloud over here. I'm just going to adhere it with some green glue, some multi-purpose glue. And it goes right kind of up here towards the top. I'm even going to let it pop off the top just a little bit. And then this one, I want to put this one on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I tend to put a lot of Stampin' Dimensionals on these clouds. Just because I'm like, well, every little bit needs to be supported. So I probably go overboard on the clouds, but put those dimensionals on there. Oops. And then this cloud goes right over here, and it's going to cover up some of those birds probably, depending on where they're stamped and where you put the cloud and all that good stuff. I'm going to take my paper snips and just trim off that little top of that cloud there. So there's my piece. Oh, so sweet. So sweet. Should we put a little bow on the inside? Why not? I'm going to grab my boat. Oops, I did a really bad job stamping that. We're going to turn my piece of paper over. It was that bad that I'm going to go ahead and turn my piece of paper over and try again. Luckily, there are two sides to every piece of paper. I'm going to add some birds. Go. And then I'm going to grab my Calypso Coral and do the sails. I'm telling you, I love two-step stamping. I love bold stamps that I don't even need to color. I can just stamp them. I can punch them out if I want to. I don't have to. There's my little boat. And we'll grab the Coastal Cabana again and add the water underneath it just to anchor it to the page. And there we go. So sweet. So now I have my piece of crumb cake, and I'll just put this piece on the inside. Here's the inside of my card. And of course, you could stamp another sailboat on the envelope too. That would be so cute. All right, and then we'll take my front and adhere it to the card base, to the front of the card base. And there is just a sweet and simple card. Really easy, right? Not a lot to it. But oh, I think it's the colors. I just love the colors on this one. It makes me want to go outside and go to the ocean or something. So there is our third card for this evening. I hope that you guys have enjoyed these cards and that you like these cards. And I thank you all for joining me for tonight's card class and game night. As I said, the next card class and game night is coming up on May 24th using Your Biggest Fan stamp set. I don't have it right here, but it's kind of a really cute baseball themed set. I don't know where mine is. It's disappeared. Anyway, it is a cute baseball themed set. We're going to make some Father's Day cards. We're going to make some masculine cards. It is going to be great. I hope that you will join me for that as well, coming up May 24th. If you have not already, you can register for my upcoming paper share. So I'm doing a paper share if you want to get a little bit of all of the new designer series papers from the upcoming 2022-2023 annual catalog. You can join my paper share. When you join the paper share, you'll also get invited to my special sneak peek event that is happening on Friday night. I've teamed up with 3 other demonstrators, and we're going to share some different projects. I think we're each sharing like 2 or 3 projects using new stamps and accessories from the new catalog. So that's really fun. That is on Friday night, April 29th. So in just a couple of days, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So, and every hour on the hour, we're going to share more sneak peek ideas for you. Yay, Kimberly, so glad you are looking forward to it. So I hope to see you all there. All you have to do is register for my paper share and you will be invited. All right, thank you all for joining me. I will see you next week for our brand new Terrific Technique Tuesday. Terrific Technique Tuesday is what we're going to start with the first week of May. The second week of May is going to be mystery stamping. And the third week of May is going to be fabulous fun folds. So lots of fun stuff. Watch for the list of supplies that you will need next Monday afternoon. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.